motherland. Hello, Africa. Hello, Nigeria. Hello, my people. Thank you guys for your massive support. It is very encouraging to see, and we appreciate you guys. May God of our fathers and mothers be with you wherever you are around the world. Guys, we're only doing this to add our own widow's mite in the effort to salvage a country on its knees, to salvage the face of a country that has continued to be ruined by leadership. And our focus remains on Nyesom Wike. In many of his endless interviews and public speeches, Nyesom Wike has told us of how his political career took off. He also spoke of a legion of top figures in River State and around the country that helped him. Some even took him by the hands directly and delivered him to the leaders, the erstwhile leaders then, whose decisions were very instrumental to getting him to where he is today. However, his story continued in such a way, in a very dramatic fashion, because the Nyesom Wike we see today can be likened to a man who was helped to climb a tree. Upon getting to the top, he started defecating on the head of the people that took him there. I repeat it again. A man who was guided and given a ladder to climb, he got to the top of a tree and started pooing on the head of those that are on the ground. That is the story of Nyesom Wike of today that we know. It is on record that River State has had two governors before Nyesom Wike became a governor in 2015. And they came, served their people, and left, and are today honored accordingly. However, Nyesom Wike has turned all his benefactors into enemies, including those he swore never to harm in any way, and even called upon God to punish him if he dares.
Any day that I will make Dr. Lee and his family to cry, God, don't allow me to grow. These people suffered blackmail, everything, because of some people like us. Sir, I want to tell you today. I want to tell you today before people hear. I will never be alive to make you cry on your wife. I will never do it.
Well, you be the judge, because the interviews are there. The profile of Nyesom Wike is that of a career politician who started from the scratch and clawed his way to the top. In Nigerian politics, where the normal is seen as abnormal and the abnormal declared the real deal, his political personnel is replete with many scenes and any other typical Nigerian political idiosyncrasies. His record will never inspire any decent person. We have all seen how in the quest for him to get to wherever he is today, wherever he thinks he may be today, has continued to lie, cheat, and destroy. The records are there. Before he became governor in 2015, Before he became governor in 2015, there were two others, like I said earlier, and they served for 16 years and left the state standing. They made their mark, created history that will always stand with them and stand by them even after they may be gone. These men, though very influential, did not declare themselves the owners of the state, like Wike has done. They served the people diligently, and the people are grateful for what they did. The people of Rivers State are wonderful people, elite people, peace-loving people who love themselves and their children. They are a very important clog in the polity of Nigeria as a country and as a political commonwealth. They supported Wike during his 8 years of divide and rule governorship tenure. But instead of serving his term and bowing out in gratitude, he rigged the 2023 elections blatantly, if I may say, very openly, and imposed on the people a governor who may not have won the elections had he not done the things he did. But the people accepted the governor because they are law-abiding, and he seemed to be a governor that truly wanted to work and that wants to work. But then, what people tend to forget is that Wike took away their mandate. He took away the mandate of the people and imposed on them whomever he felt will serve his own personal agenda and not the agenda of the people. He wanted to continue ruling Rivers State through the signature of another person. But the problem there is that this person has a life, name, and legacy to protect. So when Fubara, even though he accepted whatever conditions were given to him by his so-called boss or godfather, when he realized that what Wike wanted to do was to use his name, his signature, and personnel to continue stealing from the state, he began to have a rethink. And that is where the problem arose. For those who may not understand, Fubara had wanted to take instructions from Wike because he sees him as his boss, as his godfather. He wanted to be taking instructions while building his own legacy and serving the people of Rivers State diligently. That was his original intention. But Wike wanted to use Fubara's name and signature to continue looting the state treasury and pushing his presidential ambition. Because to him, Rivers State is his milking cow. Endless tap. ATM where money never ever finishes. To make matters worse, he decided to treat Fubara like a slave instead of a fellow grown man like him. Therefore, it doesn't matter whether he was or he is the so-called godfather or whatever, because in his own case, Wike was helped by much more men and women that he turned his back on. So that is where the problem began. Put it simply, Fubara wanted to serve while listening to Wike, hoping that he's going to get legitimate advices that will help him to build the state or take the state to the next level from where Wike may have left it. But no, Wike wanted the propagation of whatever he felt he's created there, whether it's right or wrong, good or bad, or inimical to the people. It doesn't concern him. His desire overrides that of the affairs of the people and must be met. So when Fubara decided against that, it became an issue. Hence the impeachment threat that came on board from day one. Well, as the impeachment saga continues, Nyesom Wike continues to destroy Rivers State through sabotage and outright lawlessness, refusing to allow the governor serve his people whose mandate he holds. The situation now breeds one simple reasoning. Nyesom Wike owes the people of Rivers State one explanation. What did the people do to him to deserve what he's doing? Rivers State made him like they made others before him as a political leader, and not to become a heartless, brutish, and inconsiderate nincompoop. They didn't make him to become a criminal warlord that he's seemingly turning into, threatening people that Rivers State is a no-go area, that whomever tries to get in will get burnt. What was that? Well, what do you think, my people? Do you think Nyesom Wike is correct in doing all these things that he's doing? What about the people? Particularly the people that he's using. How do you classify them? Patriots? How sure is he that whomever he chooses to replace Fubara with, if he should succeed in removing Fubara, will serve him the way he desires or the way he wants, agreement or no agreement, especially if the agreement cannot be tested in any court of law? Well, on answering the question, let him realize that even a biological child will rebel against his parents if treated unjustly. It is just as simple as that. So, in his battle, in an effort to regain whatever he felt he created in Rivers State, he continues to destroy the state. The people have not known progress. The people have not known stability. The people have not known peace since 2020 left office. Imagine if he had encumbered or encountered such challenge during his tenure. Where would he be today? Guys, let's talk again. Let's talk again very soon. Send us your comments. What do you think? What do you think? Do you think that Nyesom Wike is right in doing the things he's doing? Or high time is here for him to have a rethink and walk away? If he's not able to do that, do you think the system is strong enough to finally put him in check? Well, a new Nigeria is possible. It can only begin from our minds. It's time the people of Rivers State called their son to order, called their child to order. Nyesom Wike is not their leader. He is their son. A word, they say, is enough for a wise. God bless Nigeria. God bless you all. So long. Guys, the last and the 20th one will make you laugh. Any breach of any part of this agreement shall lead to impeachment. So Wike has always had this hunger of impeachment over Fubara. You can see what's going on now. You can see what's going on now. If Fubara doesn't do all this, he will be impeached, because Wike has members of his House of Assembly in his pocket. You be the judge. You be the judge. You be the judge. Because they've been singing, agreement is agreement, agreement. Even the president of Nigeria, could see that this was inhuman. Even the president of Nigeria that presided over this knew, or rather knows clearly well, that this is inhuman. And after he identified the goodness in Fubara, he switched his loyalty and allegiance. That's why Wike is crying, jumping up and down, trying everything he could to remove Fubara. Because the milk, his milking cow, is gradually slipping from him. River State is his potluck. River State belongs to him, where he goes and draws enough funds to do whatever he wants to do. But these are the funds of the people, not Wike. Wike was elected to be governor for only 2 terms. He is supposed to have moved on. But no, he wouldn't do that, because River State has automatically become his. River State had 3 other governors before Wike. They are still there, but they're not doing what Wike is doing. Well, guys, you be the judge. You be the judge. For some of us that are outside of a country looking in, it's a pity, because when you step out of a country and witness how absolute democracy works, how a country is run, you bleed for Nigeria and for the future. This is a man that wants to bring his son onto the platform, the podium. We heard this. He's prepping his son for the House, for a position in the House of Representatives, on his route to whatever. I'm sure one of these days you will hear that his son is also going to contest for the governorship of River State. We can see what is happening in Lagos State, where Mr. President's son is started to, be ready to contest for the Lagos State governorship candidate in 2027. Well, please like the video so that others can see what's going on. And comment, what do you think? What do you think? For you that defends Wike, what do you think? And for the avoidance of doubt, we have not made this up. We have not made this up. Anybody that will disagree with this, you are allowed to come up with whatever you feel is the correct version, because Wike has been saying agreement is agreement, but he has not led us into what the terms of his agreement are, because he knows that what is created there is not an agreement, it's a commandment. It's a 20 commandment. God gave us 12 commandments. Wike gave his own 20 commandments. It's insanity. It's insanity. But what shall we say? This is a man that doesn't even remember his name, talk less of where he comes from. Can you imagine this man the president of Nigeria tomorrow? Can you imagine this man the president of Nigeria tomorrow? I rest my case. God bless you guys.